Hello everyone, I'm Dragons After Dark, and today we'll be going over all the pets you'll be seeing in patch 11.0.7 Siren Isle. This video will just be going over the pets you can collect from the isle itself, and not any of the additional pets that will come up later, like for the holidays or trading post. So, let's get started. Note: keep in mind, the stated skins were sourced from Wowhead, so they may or may not be accurate. Some of the pets had reductions in the number of skins, so take the ones mentioned here with a grain of salt. First up is the Battle Boar Piglet. I love all these little additions to the models, like the armor. The piglets themselves will come in 3 colors, black, white, and the orange/brown shown here. The Battle Boars are one of the conditional spawn wild pets and will only show up when the Vrykul are attacking the isle. I like the moveset here for the Piglet. You have a choice in slot 1 for a beast or critter primary attack. In slot 2, you can choose between a heal with Pig Out or a block with Shield Block. Then we have Rampage or Headbutt, which has the potential for a stun. We're getting another model available as a battle pet with the Crowling. The first time we encountered this model as far as battle pets are concerned was against Chitara in Tyragard Sound from BFA. This little guy is the Cave Crowling, and it should be available at all times for capture in, you guessed it, caves around the island. It comes in 3 colors, tan, golden with lavender highlights, and the gray one here. With the Cave Crowling, we have a decently synergistic moveset. Slot 1 has a chance stun with Headbutt or a slow with Screech. Slot 2 gives you the choice of the humanoid ability Takedown, which you can pair with Headbutt for the chance to do additional damage from its potential stun. Or you can take the critter ability Chomp. Slot 3 gives you Thrash, which would be best paired with Screech so you can get the bonus hit, or take Burrow for damage plus avoidance. No, you aren't seeing things. We are finally getting the Wind Rider Cub model besides the one attached to the plushies that were never restocked. While we've had the Wildhammer Griffin hatchling model in-game for quite some time, which mimics the Griffin hatchling from the plushies, it's been a long time coming for the Wind Rider Cub. This little one is called the Cliff Reach Cub, and while they don't bear the Horde medallion, they will be available for capture at all times. Your best bet is to purchase an experimental rocket pack to get to their spawn points on the cliffs. The Cliff Reach Cub's moveset mirrors the Wind Rider Cub's almost exactly, but instead of Liftoff, we have Great Sting, so they're finally getting to use that scorpion's tail of theirs. I've never been a particular fan of Squawk, since with enemy power creep it's never been useful enough to waste around on, and Slicing Wind has too much RNG with its hits to be useful. I think the Cliff Reach Cub will be a good single target version of the Infernal Pyreclaw. With the Pyreclaw, you're likely to combine Adrenaline Rush, Great Sting, and Cleave for an AoE comp, where the Cliff Reach will have Bite instead of Cleave. This lovely pet is called the Pillaged Parrot, and it uses the gorgeous updated model from BFA. It is another conditional spawn, and pirates need to be attacking the isle for it to show up. This is the only color for this pet, but the vibrancy here is on point and gorgeous. The Pillaged Parrot's moveset is standard flyer fare, though Coin Toss is a nice addition for the pirate aesthetic. It would have been nice to see Coin Toss take a slot from either Alpha Strike or Quills, both of which require you to be faster to do decent consistent damage. This leaves an opening in slot 2, and I think a great way to keep with the pirate theme is to use Greed before Need. The other option would remain Preen. This way players could choose between a heal and 25% buff in damage with Preen, or take 25% more damage but do 50% more damage with Greed before Need. Other than that, it's just a nice looking pet. The Rusty Crowling is another pet that will always be up no matter who is attacking the isle. It will come in 3 skins: Dull Rust, Bright Rust, and Bright Rust with white. The Rusty Crowling has a similar moveset as the Cave Crowling, though a little jumbled up. It's really going to depend on the breed or breeds on how it'll be used. If it's slow, you're going to want Screech to make the pet faster to effectively use the other abilities, especially Thrash. However, if it comes in a speed breed, you could slot Chomp, which frees up your last slot to use Burrow instead of Thrash. Next up is the Scavenging Snapdragon. Again, our prior experience with this model was an enemy NPC from BFA, Chomp in Nazjatar. This isn't too surprising since Siren Isle is a scrapped BFA island expedition. This is another conditional spawn pet where the Naga need to be present and or you need to be in the Sea Fury Tempest. I cannot say for sure if it will spawn in the Tempest even if the Naga aren't active. This version comes in 3 skins: green, lime green with a blue underbelly, light blue, tan with a beige underbelly, and gray and brown shown right. For the Scavenging Snapdragon, we're looking at a dot build, a general aquatic build, or a mix of the two. Abilities like Dive will always work best when your pet is faster, and I like to think of them like one-round dodges, similar to Ethereal or Deflection. I don't know what all the breeds will look like, but dot builds always work best with power breeds, so keep an eye out for that. As for the aquatic set, the breed won't matter so much because there are so many pets with the same set. We have another Snapdragon with the Snapdragon Pup. I hope you like this model because we have a few of them. This one is a conditional spawn that will only show up when the Naga are present on the Isle. It comes in 3 skins, but not the one shown here. Until a recent build, there were more than 3 variations, and this one, I believe, was removed. You'll have tan and teal with a light blue underbelly, brown and red with a gray underbelly, and dark purple and light purple with a tan underbelly. The Snapdragon Pup probably has one of the movesets I'm most excited about. The Snapdragon Pup is the first pet with both Feast and a Bleed ability, meaning we don't need another pet for a Bleed to get Feast's hit chance to 100%. It does share a slot with Blood in the Water, meaning the Snapdragon Pup has utility against both critters and elementals. Now, this combo almost makes Dive obsolete for this pet, but there are plenty of pets with Dive to use. Then, for slot 1, you can choose another dot with Acid Touch or a static ability with Water Jet. The Storm-infused Snapdragon is another conditional spawn and requires you to be in the Sea Fury Tempest phase for them to spawn. I'm pretty sure the Naga don't need to be up for them to spawn in the Tempest. This variation will come in 2 skins, black and dark gray with a purple underbelly, and pale blue, gray blue with a white underbelly. The Storm-infused Snapdragon has an identical moveset to the Snapdragon Pup, except it has Call Lightning in place of Feast. This is going to make the Storm-infused Snapdragon ideal for a dot build paired with Rip and Acid Touch. The last of the wild pets is the Tidal Crowling, and just like the Snapdragons, we're getting a few of these models. This one can be found on the Isle no matter the invasion, and it comes in 3 skins: green and tan, dark brownish gray, and I'm not sure of the third one. I couldn't find a third skin on Wowhead, but it might be the purple/gray or the white with green eyes. As I said in the beginning, take all of the skins here with a grain of salt. The Tidal Crowling has a similar moveset to the Rusty Crowling, but instead of Mudslide it has Pump, which fits the tidal portion of its name. Now, this doesn't sound too exciting, however this will be the first beast pet with the Pump ability, and it has Screech to make it faster. Crackle Roar is an alternate skin of the Cliff Reach Cub, and will drop from Storm-touched Pride Talons from inside the Sea Fury Tempest. Just like with the Cliff Reach Cub, you'll probably want to use a rocket pack to reach their spawn points. Though we don't know the exact drop rate, Lazy had 1 drop on the PTR and it took them 50 to 60 kills. As per usual, your RNG may vary. I'm not a big fan of utility moves like Roar taking up what could be a primary attack spot unless there's another primary/filler attack option elsewhere in the moveset. When there's a moveset like this, it limits how people can use the pet. because the only good filler option is Bite. What would have been cool here was to see the new ability from the Storm Griffins, Storm Breath, paired with Bite for the slot 1 options. Unlike the Cliffside Cub, this one specifically states that it's been influenced by the storms, so the Storm Breath works here where it wouldn't fit with the Cliffside Cub. Slot 2 is a good set of utilities where you get to choose between the Force Swap of Wing Buffet and the Root of Paralyzing Shock, though it'd be nice to finally have a pet with Cyclone and a hit buff ability. Slot 3 is going to be left up to whatever will work for the fight. Adrenaline Rush will be handy if you're slower to use the Slot 2 abilities first. The Proper Parrot is the other drop pet from Siren Isle, and the source just says pirates. We're not totally sure about all the NPCs this will drop from, but on the PTR, it dropped for Lazy from Bicephalic Bill. According to Buloki on Wowhead, this was originally supposed to be a reward for a quest in BFA, but was removed when the patch went live. Just like the Siren Isle itself, I love seeing scrapped content being reused like this. The Proper Parrot's moveset is almost identical to the Pillaged Parrot, except its slot 2 abilities are Tidal Wave and Reckless Strike. That said, it's not really anything special. The stats will determine if Tidal Wave will be used to clear the field of objects or something that can actually be used for damage. The only vendor pet we have on the Siren Isle is Skitterbite. Skitterbite is sold by Saweezy, one of the goblin vendors, for 750 Flame Blessed Iron. It was originally slotted as a discovery pet, and I think I know the content it was meant to be part of, but clearly that got scrapped the closer we got to the patch's release. Skitterbite's stats showing on the PTR are disappointing in conjunction with its abilities. The moveset would have been really great with some oomph behind it, but 227 power just isn't it. Still, it's nice to have pets with family-changing abilities for family battles if you're coming up against an enemy that does strong damage to you. Last but not least is Marmaduke. Marmaduke is a pet collected through a discovery on the island, and this is your warning that the next section will contain spoilers on how to get this pet. If you want to figure it out for yourself, skip ahead to the pet updates for the patch. 3, 2, 1, let's go! Marmaduke can be collected through a quest chain on the Siren Isle. You must complete the intro quest chain up to the Radiant Vault. Go back to the Singing Tablet and enter the Forgotten Vault. Head back to the large room with the skeleton by the big crystal, and you'll see a journal on the ground offering the quest, the Tattered Journal. Now, just follow the chain until its completion with Scattered to the Winds, a group effort, and Laid to Rest. Once you've completed the chain, go back to the upstairs of the inn where you found one of the journal pages, and on the floor next to the far bed will be the well-loved squeaky toy. Pick it up and head to Marmaduke on your way back into town. He'll be standing next to a toppled azurite cart looking in the direction of the inn. Once you give him the well-loved squeaky toy, he'll disappear. Head back to the middle of town and you'll see Marmaduke sitting next to a telescope near the goblin innkeeper. He'll offer you the quest Homeward Bound to Safer Shores. Complete that and you'll have your Marmaduke. Marmaduke's stats are decent, though they are odd values when I just kind of eyeball them. Again, the defensiveness of the moveset will be great if Marmaduke is faster. Can you imagine being faster than something with humanoid attacks and using Tough and Cuddly combined with Bark? You could survive long enough to use Thunderbolt at least a couple times. Probably. You can also combine Howl and Thunderbolt to hit the frontline enemy for more, but there's no use in combining it with single round abilities like Bite or Bark, since Howl plus Bite equals Bite plus Bite, since Howl just does 100% of the damage. Slim's source has been updated to the quest Grand Gutsy Solutions, which is part of the Gutterworks storyline. As of right now, the PTR is not retroactively rewarding Slim to characters who have already completed the quest, meaning if nothing changes, players will need to complete the quest again. The Umbral Amalgam will be removed from the Safari achievement, but not from the game itself. Based on a dev comment in the Secret Finders Discord, there is an issue with the spawn and/or spawn rate that is not a simple fix, hence it being removed from the achievement until it can be solved. And that's it for the Siren Isle battle pets. Is there a pet that caught your eye? Are there any you're looking forward to collecting and/or battling with? Are you happy the patch is a smaller one collection-wise? Let me know in the comments below. Until next time, I wish you all the best of luck. Thank you for stopping by, and happy battling!